Hi all, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're making Bowser, designed by Bipatanga, found on Thingiverse. Let's go! Now, I want to start off by saying Bowser is my absolute favorite Mario character. When I'm playing Mario Party or any game where I can pick Bowser, Mario Kart, I'm choosing Bowser. I don't know what it is about him, the attitude, the anger. Even in the film, I was just rooting for Bowser to win. Fortunately, as all villains do, he never does. But yeah, he's just one of those characters I really relate to. Don't know why. This build, back to the build, was amazing to make. Unfortunately, this took almost 2.5 hours to build. Literally, I had to speed up this video by 8 times more in certain places just to not have a 2.5 hour video. Unless you guys want that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, when I downloaded it, it came with so many files, just the back horns. I thought, yeah, let me put all the white bits together, all the green and so forth, all different colors. Not thinking ahead that when I come to put together, I may not know, or I definitely won't know which parts are which. As you'll see later in the video when it comes to doing the nails and the teeth, it was a nightmare. So you may notice that some bits don't fit exactly right. So if you look at the top bit now, you can see some of these spines or horns at the back of his shell don't fit perfect in the circles, just because I already committed to sticking the ones that fit in immediately. Which probably didn't, because some of them were a bit too tight, hence the reason why some of them will have gaps. As you can see now, I am actually gluing them in. I should have probably took it more time just to measure them all up. Later on in the video, I do realize my mistakes and start pre-fitting before I glue things together. But yeah, as much as enjoyable as it was, I should have planned ahead and printed each bit by bit. So like top horns with top horns and left side with left side, not just all colors on one raft. Hey ho, live and learn, right? Now, as I mentioned before, here's a problem. There are 20 plus nails, fingernails and toenails on this board, and teeth. They all look the same. They vary in shape and size, but because I didn't print them out in specific parts, so like I said before, just left hand, right hand and so forth, I am now going to try and fit every single nail and every single hole and see which one fits. Print in order, that's what I say. Now, the next problem you're going to realize, and I didn't realize at the time, is because I'm just fitting in any nail which I think looks right in it, there will be parts later on where I need a specific size to fit a specific hole, and it's just not going to fit. Luckily, I learned from that sort of while doing this, and now as I'm putting on the bracelets and added on the silver parts, which weren't too many and were quite specific, so they are only the collar bit which has the larger sort of spikes, and the rest all fit in the same. They're all the same size, so it wasn't too difficult here. But yeah, you will see me pre-fitting every single one before gluing, because I was just really nervous about messing this one up, because I thought if this looks bad around the neck, it's going to be so much more noticeable in the nails, because you know, we all have different length nails and so forth, and I'm sure Bowser does as well. Anyway, back to my point about why I love Bowser. I don't know if it's just me, but I would love to have a Bowser / Mario game where you play as Bowser. Like, Bowser's Fury was a great game. I love it, thanks Nintendo. I want to play as Bowser. Like, I want to be the bad guy. I want to be the villain where I can control the troops. And I know there's been other games before, like Warlords, I think, on Xbox, where you could do that. But I want to be Bowser. I want to use the fire breath. I want to control the troopers. I want to chase down Mario, kidnap Princess Peach. Don't know what's about my mindset, but yeah, I want to play as a villain. It's all great having to be Mario and chasing and saving a princess, but What does he go through in a day-to-day business day? You know, what's he doing? How's he planning? How's he creating the castles? I think it'd be a great idea. Let me know in the comments. Let Nintendo know. Show them this video. Tell them that, yeah, we want to have a Bowser playable game. You know, Mario's coming into his kingdom, destroying his people. You know, they're just going by their own business. Stay stamping on the mushroom people, pulling out flowers, the left, right, and center, kicking shells, and they're just trying to live. If anything, I think Mario's the true villain, and Bowser's just trying to get through his day. You know, let me know what you think. Now, as I was explaining before about fitting in things into mouths, pause. So, yeah, the teeth, they didn't all fit in. As I was saying before, because I chose random things that I thought would fit, there are some parts of this where the teeth don't fit in at all. I've had to sand and squeeze them in and just glue them in place. They look fine in the end and you won't notice. I didn't notice. I don't think you will notice much anyway. But yeah, I should have separated them and put them in. They look good. Like, some of these aren't definitely not meant to fit in here. If you look at that angle now at the top, the teeth is quite crooked. I'll zoom in and show you. So you may have noticed that I just took out the black raft again, and that's because I threw it in a bin and I forgot to put in the black pupils of Bowser's eyes. I had to shrink this Bowser down. It didn't fit on my Ender 3S1 Pro. I needed a larger build plate, so if any manufacturers in there, if you want to send me a printer, happy to do a review, whatever it may be. I can print larger models. But yeah, so I had to search the bin for a bit. I had to edit out the video. Now I'm putting in his mouth. Yeah, it came out really good. He looks quite weird about the jaw. I had to put tons of glue in this just because the way it was shaped. There were certain bits that I thought would lean against each other and stay, and they never. Now this shell was an absolute nightmare. As you can see, there's a tiny gap there. It's because when I printed it, the printer shift, I knocked it and it slightly moved it off. So this right side of it has got a little gap in it. Oh well, we got to live with it. But I decided to get the solder out and just heat weld the shell together because the glue was not sticking. I think it was just too heavy and there's too much there to keep it in place for long enough. So I am carefully welding, got my mask on because I don't want to absorb those fumes. Just turn it across the seams just so it sits together. The glue is still in the inside, so it will hold together eventually. But yeah, the heat welding just keeps it stronger and yeah, it's permanently stuck together. I do mess up at one point. You will see a mark I left on the shell. Got a bit too overzealous with it, so I got some filament. It's a great use to filling gaps. Just use some spare filament that you got, heat over it and stick it on top. As you can see, it's getting a bit messy, so I'm rubbing it and gently trying to caress it into the grooves. But as you will see, there's a tiny gap there, get it right there at the top, where I've just messed up. I've lent the actual heat welder iron on it and not realized until afterwards, which was pretty annoying. Now this was probably the most difficult part of his build because I did not heat weld this shell perfectly. It's slightly misaligned, and as I said before, I just put different parts on different parts. yeah, so it was an absolute nightmare. I got my new tool, the deburring tool. You'll see me use it now. You see it on TikTok and all those other things. It's a great tool to use for any 3D print. It's just smooth round curves. Ideally, so much better than using a scalpel or the snippers. But yeah, I have to reshape every single one just so it fits in. Sanded it, put it back in, swapping around. I go back and forth, back and forth. This was probably a good half an hour of just me doing this. Obviously, I'm not gonna show it in a video. But in the end, it did work out. It looks right, and there's that annoying heat weld mark splodge on his back. Anyway, Bowser goes through battle, so he's probably gonna leave a few marks anyway. This bit was pretty simple. Luckily, these are the only 2 spikes that were so unique that I knew exactly where they were gonna go. Removing this support and raft was easy, giving Bowser a little pedicure there. I'm sure he needs it after all that walking. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Like I said, this build was really amazing. Bowser's my favorite character. I think the colors really popped. I'm using Sunlu, PLA, and plus, this video isn't sponsored, but they do make some outstanding PLA for anyone who's looking for vibrant, bright colors. Like this yellow just absolutely pops. So does the reds and all the other colors. Now back to the holes. Yep, wrong holes again. These are random spikes that I probably should have gotten these teeth, so I will have to shave, snip and cut them to fit them in properly. So I managed to force in and squeeze them really tightly, and they did fit after a bit of glue. And yeah, lesson learned again. So as you can see, I'm going happy-go-lucky with the glue, not realizing that I should have test fitted this all before I'm gluing it, which I have done many times throughout this video. So you'll now see I didn't realize that the shoulders bracelets didn't fit in, so I'm now sanding them all down to squeeze them in. It wasn't too difficult, it was just more annoying than anything, but nevertheless, please check before you do and commit to sticking glue everywhere. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for sticking to the end. Please like and subscribe and share this video, especially with Nintendo. I want to hit that 1 million subscribers so I can quit my day job and hopefully do this full time. But yeah, thank you so much. It is so much appreciated, and I really do value every comment, every like, every share that I get. So thank you once again. Now, as always, it's time for the hopefully fabulous glamour shots. Catch you in a minute. Let's go! Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. If you get a chance, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Mr. Campbell Prince. It's been great spending time with you. So sweet baby G.